Hello again everybody, this is Gusto and I have another review today. So what I decided to do is make some series of reviews, comparative reviews on long-range patrol rations dating from different eras. Yesterday I reviewed a long-range patrol food packet that was spaghetti with meat sauce from between 1976 and 1979 from the best dates that I could gather. So this will be the second piece of that series, and I'll be reviewing Food Packet Long Range Patrol Menu Number 6, Spaghetti with Meat Sauce. So this is the same food item, just packaged by a different packaging company, this being the Warnick Company, in contrast to the Seal Bag Company packaged meal. And this packet is approximately 1998 on its packaging date. So there's about a 20-year difference between food packet that I reviewed yesterday and this food packet today. We'll also get to contrast the contents of these packages. You know, the earlier long-range patrol ration had the main item, a couple of coffees, and some chocolate discs, and that was really about it. So we'll see how the food packet contents have changed since then. So if we look at the packaging, so the color has changed, and this is the same material as the modern MREs, and it's about the same size as a modern MRE as well. It feels like there's more contents in there, it's thicker, it doesn't have a peelable seal, but it does have that tear notch. There are no external date codes, so we'll find out what the exact dates are by the contents. And again, this was advertised, or I purchased it as a 1998 food packet, so let's go ahead and break into it and find out. Alright, so let's get all those contents out. Alright, so here we go. Start with our accessory packet. There it is. Again, the date codes indicate 1998, the 338th day of 1998. Again, this is packaged by Warnick Company. The food packets now include a modern style MRE spoon. There's Candy 1. There's a Cornflake Bar. It says that the Cornflake Bar can be crumbled and rehydrated with water. And I've seen some other reviewers crumble this up, put a creamer and some water in it, and have kind of a cornflake cereal. Might try some of that. There's a Beverage base powder, cherry flavored. Oatmeal Cookie Bar. And there's the spaghetti with meat sauce, cooked and dehydrated. So the difference between this entree and the one that I reviewed the other day, this is now made by the Oregon Freeze Dry Company, the same company that makes the modern Long Range Patrol and Meal Cold Weather packs. It's also the company that makes Mountain House. A little bit longer ingredient list than on the spaghetti that I tried yesterday, but we'll see what the food looks like once we prepare it. Same amount of water required to make this, and the instructions are about the same. 5 minutes after adding hot water. Alright, so if you kind of look at the contents, there's more contents in this one than were contained in the earlier Long Range Patrol ration. Let's go ahead and open up the accessory pack, see what we find in there. Oh, I accidentally ripped open the coffee packet. So there's a Taster's Choice in the red pack, and these are notorious for being molded. Yeah, and there's some mold in it. Yeah, so if you look at those, there's kind of a fuzzy coating on some of those crystals. It smells a little sour too. So we'll pass over the Taster's Choice. Yeah, there you go. So look at that. That crystal right there is coated in kind of a fuzzy white substance, and that's the mold that's pretty notoriously found in the red Taster's Choice. Though not as bad as some of the ones I've seen before. Alright, so back to the accessory pack. Has the matches, chiclets, there's a cream substitute, and we'll use that to make our cornflake cereal. Salt, toilet paper, put 2 of those, and a sugar packet. Alright, so let's get the main entree rehydrating and plate the rest of the stuff up. Alright, so let's start with the main entree. Again, this is spaghetti with meat sauce, packaged by Oregon Freeze Dry. Let's go ahead and open it up. There is a tear notch on the side there. Let's listen for that hiss. Oh yeah. So the immediate difference is the color. It's a lot more orange to red color on the inside than the older ration. That may just be age related. There's no scent, so there's still a layer of cardboard on the top and the bottom to prevent pinholing. The ration from yesterday just was wrapped in cardboard. This does the same job. This layer has a hole cut into it that you actually feed the packaging through to keep the bag shut during the rehydration process. One on the bottom too, but it's taped to the bag, kind of similar to the ration cold weather that I reviewed last week, and that makes the bag stand up nice and straight. So if you look at the contents, the noodles are not as chopped up as much. The color's completely different than the one yesterday. Alright, so there's the food. Seems to be a little bit bigger chunks of meat in there. There's no scent at all, as there shouldn't be. Alright, let's go ahead and get some hot water in here. Spilled it. Yeah, pretty close, still a little bit dry. A little bit more water. That should get us there. As far as the scent goes, still pretty heavy on the tomato, but you can actually smell the meat a little bit more in this one than the one that I reviewed yesterday. The color's different, it's more red than brown. Overall, it just looks more appealing. Alright, so as far as this closure device, the bag will go through here after you twist it shut. So, take the food pack, kind of twist that shut. Feed it through the hole there. That should kind of help to keep it closed. We'll set it aside, let it reconstitute. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the stuff opened up. Start with the Cornflake Bar. There you go. It's packaged by Sterling Foods. Okay, no inner packaging there. Smells pretty good. There you go. There's the Cornflake Bar. We will mix that with some water here in just a little bit. There's also an Oatmeal Cookie Bar, which these are delicious, so I'm excited about that. The only way these could get better is to be coated in chocolate. Those things are amazing. There's the Oatmeal Cookie Bar. Nice sweet scent to it. There is Candy 1, and I don't know what it is, but it feels like maybe Tootsie Rolls. And that's indeed what they are. 4 of them. And we also have a beverage. This is the beverage-based powder, cherry flavored. Feels like it's all powder, there's no chunks in there. So that's good. So there's the powder. Smells like Kool-Aid. And this beverage calls for 12 ounces of water. Let's give that a stir. Alright, so we gave the entree some time to rehydrate. And there it is. You can see the color of the sauce is much more appealing than the one yesterday. It's actually red. That's good. It smells a lot better too. Yesterday's entree just smelled mainly like tomato sauce. So here it is after rehydrating. It's a little less grainy. There's actually a sauce that you can tell in there, and the chunks of meat are a little bit bigger. Alright, so let's get that onto the tray. Okay. Yeah, it looks much more appealing. Actually makes a pretty decent amount of food. Everything looks to be well rehydrated. Let me get you some close-ups. See, as the pasta's chopped up into pretty small bits. You can kind of see some meat elements in that sauce. The sauce is kind of brown. So if you look at the texture, it's a lot nicer. and the color of the food is much more appealing. Bigger chunks of meat, more sauce. Noodles are a little bit longer, but they're still pretty well chopped up. Alright, so let's take a spin around the plate, see how everything tastes. Start with the main entree. Again, much nicer appearance than the one that we did yesterday. It smells better. That's actually quite a bit better. The flavors are much more balanced. There's more meaty flavor to the sauce, less of the extremely strong tomato flavor, and the texture is a lot better. The sauce and the meat in the older spaghetti was just kind of, I guess, homogeneous. Everything kind of felt about the same. You could taste the different flavors, but that was about it. This is a lot more pleasing in texture. It actually tastes like real food, and it is. I mean, Oregon Freeze-Dried does a great job with freeze-dried food. Yeah, that's actually quite good. Alright, this is the Cornflake Bar. I'll take a bite of that as it is, and then I'll crunch it up and make the cereal out of it. So very flaky. There's the texture. And it really just smells like cornflakes. I mean, this doesn't smell sweetened or anything like that. It's just the straight cornflake scent. And it's quite good as is. But we will go ahead and break that up. And I am going to add the cream substitute. This is a pretty good trick that I saw on one of Steve1989's reviews. Can't remember where he saw it. Maybe Gundog? Not sure. Anyway, just put the cream substitute in there. And I'm adding a little bit of sugar too since I have it. Again, the cornflake bar isn't really sweetened. It just tastes like straight cornflakes. Just add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of water. Mix that up. Let's give that a try. That's what you end up with. That's good. Actually kind of tastes like a porridge. I like that. It's a good trick. Yeah. Go ahead and try the beverage before we move on to the desserts. So this is reconstituted quite well. This is the cherry beverage. That's good. That's cherry Kool-Aid. That's pretty tasty. Alright, so then we have the Oatmeal Cookie Bar. I had one of these in the ration cold weather, and it was awesome. You do get chocolate covered oatmeal bars in some of these long range patrol rations and some of the other older MREs, but kind of harder to find nowadays, and those are amazing. But these are quite tasty themselves. Alright, so there's your texture. Has a nice sweet kind of cinnamon oatmeal scent to it. That's good. Tastes like a cinnamon oatmeal cookie. Very good. Nice crunchy texture. Really, despite how it looks, it really just has the same texture as kind of a dense oatmeal cookie. And then a Tootsie Roll, about 18 years old. Alright, there you go. Looks pretty normal. Still pretty soft and pliable. Smells like it should. And that's pretty amazing. These things are obviously stored well, but that Tootsie Roll is actually the second one that I've had out of an old ration. The other one was the 92 ration cold weather, and they both taste just about as fresh as can be. It tastes like they just came off the shelf out of a brand new package, so it's pretty remarkable. Those hold up really, really well. So in comparison, the spaghetti is actually more visually appealing, has a better color, has a better amount of sauce to it, smells better, it's actually more balanced in its scent. It's not just an overwhelming tomato scent, and the flavors are much better than the ones in the late 70s. Part of that could just be age, but the texture of the meat and the flavor of the sauce seemed a lot more balanced, a lot more pleasing to the palate, so a much better food product here. As far as the sides, there's more side item foods to go with this food packet than there were in the original long range patrol rations. More desserts, more sweets, and overall just more food. So be able to sustain you a little bit longer than the original packet would. But this is very tasty, and it's still remarkable that this thing is about 18 years old and it's held up this well. Not too surprising as far as the freeze-dried meal. Those can hold up for a very long amount of time if they're stored properly. And as I've said many times before, Oregon Freeze Dried does a great job with their entrees. So this is a pretty good comparison, and coming up next we'll have a comparison to a modern, I think 2013 food packet long range patrol of the same entree. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you to all the viewers as well as all of the ration review community on YouTube. Thank you for supporting me through this adventure, as always. Also, thank you to the MREinfo.com community. Head over there for a lot of great information on this and other military rations. So until next time, thanks again. Bye-bye.